Hey everybody, today we're going to talk a balisong that was almost incredible. But in my opinion, just falls a little short. The Nabali's Canyon. Now, don't get me wrong, this is a good balisong. And when viewed in a vacuum, this is a great balisong, an amazing balisong even. You know, the value that you get from the Canyon is incredible. Getting something that flips well, has great tolerances, sounds good, looks cool, for like 50-60 bucks. That is crazy value. It's like a steal. However, steal. However, when you don't look at it in a vacuum, it kind of falls a little short. And mostly I think it falls short on the flipping performance. Now, I would like to say that I have the false live blade, and because I have the false live blade, I don't know exactly how the trainer blade flips. I suspect it might be better than the false live blade, because the issue to me with the false live blade, because the balisong is made completely of steel, it's a pretty heavy balisong. It's not heavy to where you'd be like, oh, this is too heavy to flip, but it is heavier than I prefer. And most of that weight, I think, is in the blade, as you can kind of see from looking at it. They'd put a lot of effort into making the handles really skeletonized, but didn't really do that with the blade. Now, I really love the overall design of the blade, so I don't think they should change that. But I feel that if they removed a little bit of weight from the blade, that would bring it more in line with my preferences, making it a little less neutral. Give it just a little more handle bias, perhaps. And I think that would really help it become a better flipper universally. I know I'm not the only person that has said it has a really weird balance. Part of it probably has to do with the fact that these handles are super skeletonized. Even towards the end, there's really nothing. So there's really not much weight in the handles. Any of the weight it does have is going to be more so concentrated at the end, where there's this, you know, a little bit of solid metal. Versus the blade, when you have the false live blade, has a very similar density throughout, which just makes it really weird, because the center of mass for the blade and the handles are very different. The handles are going to be way down here, while the blade is up here. So it's just not balanced. One of these things is tip weighted, and the other is not. And I think that's what is aiding to it being such a weird balance. But like I said, I think that removing some weight from the blade could help. There's a few ways I think they could do this. The obvious one is to have a cutout in the blade, like a hole that goes all the way through, which could, I think, actually look very cool. Maybe using this kind of wavy canyon pattern throughout, or like the little engraving lines here, if you made those maybe a little wider and then made them go all the way through, that could look cool. The other thing would just be in changing how you ground out the blade. If you did a much deeper grind on the blade, that would also help to get rid of more material and help reduce the weight of the balisong, of the blade. Because the problem with the Canyon, I would love to recommend it over other options, and I totally would recommend it if you want to get one because you like the design and such. But as a first balisong, I don't know if I can recommend it because it has that weird balance. Now, of course, you can learn on something that has a weird balance and be fine, as I did, as many other people did with cheap Amazon balisongs. But in the modern balisong market, you don't need to. You can get things that have a reasonable, good balance for fairly cheap. So you don't have to recommend something with a bad balance anymore. And that's why I think that they were so close to making this amazing. And I would love to see either a V2 or another balisong from them that was full stainless steel. Because I do think that this balisong has been very positively received from the community. And I would love to see other makers begin to look at fully steel designs, because I think that that could be a really great thing for the budget-friendly market. That was pretty much all that I had time for today, guys. I'm kind of losing some daylight out here, but I hope you've all had a wonderful day. And yeah, till next time, keep flipping.